Hi there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I'm showing you 6 Octafuzz, my favorite effect of all time. It's probably the one effect I cannot live without. And it is also an effect that you need a pedal to do it, because it's not an overdrive, it's not a distortion. You cannot make your amp sound like an Octafuzz. First of all, let me thank my dear patrons for supporting the show. If you want to become a patron, just go to the link and follow the steps. It's super easy, and I thank you in advance. You can also contribute to the tip jar and subscribe. Leave the thumbs up if you liked the episode. If you're interested in online guitar lessons with me, just send me an email or a direct message on Facebook or Instagram, and we'll deal with it from there. Let's go. I have 6 really great fuzz pedals. This was my favorite, the Roger Mayer Octavia. It's an Octafuzz. And what is an Octafuzz? Basically, an Octafuzz produces a higher octave by an electrical thing in the pedal. So it's not like a Pog that is producing an octave by pitch shifting it. It's due to the transistors and the biasing of the pedal that it produces a higher octave. The most famous musician using the Octafuzz is Jimi Hendrix, of course. You can hear it on the solo of Fire. You can hear it on Machine Gun, Band of Gypsies. He uses a lot of the Octafuzz. And it's probably my favorite effect, as I told you. I use it a lot. It's indispensable for me. This was my first one. It's not in my pedal board because it's too big. This MuzzBox from Russ Effects, Russ Musical Instrument and Russ Electronics. I never know what the name of the brand, but in the pedal says Russ Musical Instruments, but his Instagram name is Russ Effects. It makes incredible pedals. So I have 2 of my favorite builders here. Jupiter Effects, the Silver Machine. This is just a killer pedal. It's also not in my board, in my live board, because it's too big, but it is on my studio board. A smaller version Jupiter Effects did on purpose for me, and I'm very thankful because I love this octave pedal. It's just incredible. And then I have the Octaviaze by Russ Effects and the MuzzBox. The MuzzBox is just killer. It's replacing my Fuzz Factory and my Octafuzz. So it's doing kind of both things in a small pedal board I'm building for the fly gigs whenever this COVID situation goes away. The Fulltone Octafuzz is on my fly pedal board, my Pedal Train Junior, which is my medium pedal board. And I just bought the purple Platypus, or whatever you call it. And it's a killer pedal too. It's my first way huge pedal. I've never owned way huge pedal, and I'm loving it. And it has a different flavor. Roger Mayer is just incredible. If you don't know who Roger Mayer is, just search him as the guy that made pedals for Hendrix, for David Gilmour, for Jimmy Page. He was the electronics guy in England when all of that music was coming up. So he's a great inventor, and every pedal I own from Roger Mayer is just unbelievable. And I have a few. So I have the Rocket Octavia, and then I bought the smaller version, the TC, which has the ability of having power supply and has a tone control, which makes it, you can tame the highs because the pedal can be a little too high for my taste. I also have the exact same one, but the red one, which is the Octave Fuzz. It's the fuzz face that Roger Mayer claims to have done to Hendrix for the Axis Bold as Love record and for the Band of Gypsies record. And it's a killer fuzz. I also have the Voodoo Vibe and the Voodoo Vibe TC, which are also great Univibe pedals. And I have the Octave Fuzz in a smaller box too, which is just lovely. Jupiter Effects makes incredible pedals, incredible sounding pedals, incredible, great looking pedals. And this Silver Machine is not an exception. This box is just amazing, and that's why I've chosen to show you this one and not the other, the smaller. Also because the smaller is on my pedal board and it would be a pain to take it off. Then Russ Effects is one of my favorite builders, as I told you. The Octaviaze is one Octafuzz, and the MuzzBox, it did it for Ron Hallis. It's a signature pedal that I really love. Fulltone Octafuzz, a big classic with the great option of having just the fuzz and the Octafuzz and the purple Platypus. Let's play through it. The thing I really like about an Octafuzz, and I will show it with my Octavia, and I will do it on all the pedals, is that whenever you play more than one note, it goes crazy and it sounds like a completely different thing than it doesn't sound like a guitar to me. So I love it. I love to change the tone with like that. And if you turn down the volume, it cleans really great, and you can have only the octave, almost not the fuzz. So in this pedal you have volume and fuzz. If you are not familiar with the Octafuzz tone, you're probably not hearing it because I'm playing the notes here and you're hearing a tone. But if I turn it down, this is what my guitar tone sounds like. Because I'm on 3. If I turn the volume all the way up, and I love the way how it messes chords. For example, in Fire, Jimmy does the when you play 2 notes at the same time, it creates kind of a ring modulator tone. Man, I just love this effect. Let me show you how clean it can get. So if we take the fuzz all the way down, what Roger Mayer claims to have done is this pedal is the Octave Fuzz with the octave built in. So when you turn on the fuzz knob, you're just turning on an Octave Fuzz, because Jimi Hendrix used an Octavia which was only producing an octave up, and then he blended it with the Octave Fuzz to create a fuzz with an octave. So it was a hassle for him to have to step on two pedals. Roger Mayer made him one with built-in fuzz, so he could press it and it was on place. But you can take all the fuzz out. I never use it like this because I use it with the volume. I can do this with a little fuzz or with a lot of fuzz. Cutting the volume of the guitar. I just love it. Let's hear the Silver Machine. And the Silver Machine has a different architecture. It has volume and two gains. So these two little knobs are gain knobs. And this big one, beautiful big one, is a volume knob. Way darker than the Octavia, which is a great thing because the Octavia is very bright, very, very bright. So you have a lot of more control over here. Depending on where you set the gain, it changes the tone of the pedal. And I think this gain is brighter, this is darker, or vice. Well, this is brighter, this is darker. So let's hear it. Yeah, this is closer to the Octavia. This is a darker volumes gain. So you can tame the EQ of the pedal by changing each volume of gain, and you can blend them. This noise is normal, by the way. Let's turn. Jupiter Effects, they make pedals that can really make a lot of noise and really strange noise. So this is a feature of the pedal. It's kind of, you are able to manipulate your guitar tone into different territories. And this is what I love about pedals, is that it makes it sound less of a guitar, but I don't want to sound like a synth or like a saxophone. I want to sound like a different, unique instrument that has never been heard. And this is what I love about the Octave Fuzz. It's that it can make you sound like a synthy, but a new synth. So This is one of the tones I really love. And I'm using my Mesa Boogie Lone Star as usual in the show because it is a great pedal platform. And if you hear the Roger Mayer through it and it sounds kind of okay, but through a Fender amp it will kill you. Hear it. Jupiter, Silver Machine. Man, I love it so much. I love it so much. Let's go to the Octaviaze, because they all are Octafuzzes, but they all have different character built in, so they all sound different. The Octavia is a little more mid-rangey and bassy than the Silver Machine, but the Silver Machine has a lot of options depending on where you have the gain set. So if we invert the gain, it will sound completely different. And this is normally how I use it. Less of the bright gain, a lot more of the dark gain, because I like the fatness of it. Love it, love it. And it's beautiful. It's dying beautiful. The Octaviaze by Russ Effects. Way darker too. Man, it goes crazy, crazy. I like it with less gain because it's more playable, but I love the craziness of it. Let's take it all the way down. Okay, it still has fuzz, so you cannot take the fuzz out. Great pedal. If you use it like on the bridge, really quiet, you can mimic a sitar. going crazy. Why not? Really, 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 really great sounding. And it is very reactive to your guitar playing, so I like to use it here as a fuzz. Then come down with the guitar volume and have like that cool, funky tone. It goes crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's go to the MuzzBox. The MuzzBox has a gated thing that I really loved about it. It's an Octafuzz, but it gates, so it's very silent. No noise, so I can have my Octave Fuzz factory tone, kind of. But if I dial back the volume, it cleans beautifully. Let me show you without a reverb, because it gates really beautifully. So it gates beautifully, which makes it sound like the ZVEX gated fuzz, but it also is an Octafuzz, so it's replacing my Octafuzz and my ZVEX Fuzz Factory in my really small pedal board that I'm building for the really, really light traveling when I'm showcasing something or when I'm traveling and I can't take everything with me. This is on that box. Love it, and it's small. Let's go for the Octafuzz. So immediately you hear a lot of different characters. They all have different characters. The only one you can change the character of is the silver machine because of the two gains. So you have two different gains. You can blend them in and they have different tonalities to them. And the purple Platypus has a tone knob, so it also can be changeable. But let's hear how the Octave Fuzz behaves on the Fulltone. Watch carefully my right hand because I'm always driving the volume to make it sound different. So watch it. Let's hear the option of having just a fuzz. Two modern players that use a lot of octafuzzes are the Black Keys and Gary Clark Jr., for example, but also Doyle Bramhall II uses a lot of his Octafuzz pedals, and there's a lot of differences. The Fulltone Octafuzz is based, I think it's based on a Tycho Brahe, which is a second model, but that people think is the first. But Roger Mayer claims he was the first inventor of the Octafuzz, so we have to leave it to history because we weren't there to prove it. But they are a little different, well, a lot different. The feeling of playing it is very different, although they are all Octafuzzes. And then the purple Platypus, it's very different too. So let's hear it. The Platypus has an option of taking off the drive, and it's only the Octafuzz, just as in the Rocket Octavia from Roger Mayer. Let's hear how Stairway to Heaven sounds like with Octafuzz. I love it. It's a great sounding Octafuzz too. Let's hear its drive. But it still has a tone control to tame those highs. I personally love a bright Octafuzz in a band because it cuts really well through the mix, but sometimes I remember having problems with my Roger Mayer because it was too bright and it hurt my ears, especially when I played with my twin reverb. It was like dying. I usually had to use an overdrive like the King of Tone on so the Octafuzz would work properly. That's why the Silver Machine it's a great option because you have two different tones on your volume. Sometimes the Octafuzz, the Fulltone Octafuzz, which is on my pedal train Junior, doesn't cut through the mix because it doesn't have that highs. And that's why I really love the Octaviaze and the MuzzBox from Russ Effects, because they are really in the sweet spot. And the MuzzBox is one of my new favorite pedals. It sounds amazing with the gated and octave doing it all. There will be an episode on that pedal board soon, and you will be able to see how I use it. Well, that's it. I hope this has been helpful to you. I hope you have liked the show. If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave the thumbs up. If you want to become a patron, just go to the Patreon link and support the show. You can also contribute to the tip jar if you prefer. Just go to the PayPal link and leave your tip. If you're interested in online guitar lessons with me, just send me an email or a direct message on Facebook or Instagram and we'll deal with it from there. Which one was your favorite? Which of the pedals did you like the most? Please let me know in the comments and we'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.